Dream big and explore our world.
Storytime anytime! Hey!
A music and adventures world.
Storytime anytime! Hey!
A hike in the forest and swim in the sea. Meet silly creatures and learn new things. To sing great songs, travel on a train, or build a skyscraper and pilot a plane. Whatever you imagine, whatever you explore on this magical journey, there will always be more. Make new friends, come on, don't be shy. Let's get a kite and we'll fly, fly, fly. Whatever you imagine, whatever you explore on this magical journey, there will always be more.
Storytime anytime! Hey!
Hi, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Storytime Anytime. Summer is here, and you know what that means. Swimming, playing, campfires, and best of all, no school. What's your favorite part about summer? When I was little, my favorite part about summer was going camping. My dad would make a campfire and we would sing silly songs while making s'mores. Here's a bunch of fun songs for the whole family to sing along with the next time you go camping or even on a picnic.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. I'm a little acorn, nice and round. I live away down in the ground, and everyone walks over me, and that is why I'm cracked, you see. I'm a nut in a rut. I'm a nut in a rut. I'm a little acorn, nice and round. I live away down in the ground, and everyone walks over me, and that is why I'm cracked, you see. I'm a nut in a rut. I'm a nut in a rut. Oh, in the woods there was a tree, the prettiest little tree that you ever did see. And the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on this tree there was a limb, the prettiest little limb that you ever did see. And the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on this limb there was a branch, the prettiest little branch that you ever did see. And the branch was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on this branch there little twig that you ever did see. And the twig was on the branch, and the branch was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on this twig there was a leaf, the prettiest little leaf that you ever did see. And the leaf was on the twig, and the twig was on the branch, and the branch was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. There was a little mosquito, and he wasn't any bigger than the head of a very small pin. But the lump that he raises just itches like the blazes, and that's where the rub comes in. Comes in, comes in, and that's where the rub comes in. Oh, the lump that he raises just itches like the blazes, and that's where the rub comes in. Said a thousand-legged worm as he began to squirm, has anybody seen a leg of mine? If it can't be found, I'll have to hop around on the other 999. Hop around on the other 999. If it can't be found, I'll have to hop around on the other 999. The earth was wet with the dew of the dawn as the warm scented air swept over the lawn. A big fat worm came out of the ground to see the world and to look around. And as he gazed at the azure sky, another little worm came up nearby. Said he with a wiggle, "You're a cute little worm, let's you and I go out for a squirm. I could easily fall in love with you if you'll condescend to a rendezvous." But the cute little worm just shook its head, and to the big fat worm it said, "No rendezvous between us two, 'cause I'm the other end of you." A big fat worm came out of the ground to see the world and to look around. And as he gazed at the azure sky, another little worm came up nearby. Said he with a wiggle, "You're a cute little worm, let's you and I go out for a squirm. I could easily fall in love with you if you'll condescend to a rendezvous." But the cute little worm just shook its head, and to the big fat worm it said, "No rendezvous between us two, 'cause I'm the other end of you." Big globs of crazy, grimy gopher guts, jubilated monkeys meat, concentrated birdies feet, a great big jar of all-purpose porpoise pies, and me without a spoon. Great big globs of crazy, grimy gopher guts, jubilated monkeys meat, concentrated birdies feet, a great big jar of all-purpose porpoise pies, and me without a spoon. meat, concentrated birdie's feet, a great big jar of all-purpose porpoise pie, and me without a spoon. Great big globs of greasy, grimy gopher guts, jubilated monkey's meat, concentrated birdie's feet, a great big jar of all-purpose porpoise pie, and me without a spoon. The other day, I met a bear. Away up there, a great big bear. The other day, I met a bear. A great big bear away up there. He looked at me. I looked at him. He sized up me. I sized up him. He looked at me. I looked at him. He sized up me. I sized up him. He said to me, why don't you run? I see you don't have any gun. He said to me, why don't you run? I see you don't have any gun. And so I ran away from there. And right behind me was that bear. And so I ran away from there. And right behind me was that bear. Ahead of me, I saw a tree, a great big tree. Oh golly gee, Ahead of me, I saw a tree, a great big tree. Oh golly gee. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. And so I jumped into the air and missed that branch away up there. And so I jumped into the air and missed that branch away up there. Now don't you fret, and don't you frown, I caught that branch on the way back down. Now don't you fret and don't you frown, I caught that branch on the way back down. That's all there is. There is no more. Until I meet that bear once more. That's all there is. There is no more. Until I meet that bear once more. The end. 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 This time it really is the end.
Speaking of meeting bears, for our story today, we're going to meet Teddy. A teddy bear who's excited to go on a picnic at the lake with his parents. But on the way there, he gets lost, and that's when the adventure begins. Let's find out what happens. Teddy's Day in the Forest. Teddy was wide awake even before the sun began to smile through the curtains. We're going to Silver Lake for a picnic, he called to a speckled bird chirping outside his window. Then he ran downstairs for breakfast. Teddy's mother was wearing a flowered apron over her yellow picnic dress. As she put Teddy's favorite breakfast on the table, pancakes with butter and honey, Father said, "We must get ready quickly because it's a long way to Silver Lake." Mother packed the picnic basket and lemonade safely in the little red car, and soon they were driving toward the far-off hills. An old gray donkey looked at them over a gate, and Teddy waved his hand. "We're going for a picnic at Silver Lake," he called to the donkey. They drove until the hills began to look very near, and the trees grew close together. Father turned onto a bumpy, narrow trail, and Teddy saw rabbits playing and heard the rat-a-tat-tat of a woodpecker. "This is the trail to Silver Lake," Father said. "We'll be there soon." Teddy was so excited that he stood up on the back seat to see all that he could. Suddenly, the car bounced over a big bump, and Teddy toppled out. He landed softly in a pile of leaves. When he picked himself up, the car was gone, and he was all alone. "Oh dear," he said, "how will I ever find Silver Lake?" As he sat wondering what to do, the rabbits he had seen from the car scampered by. "Maybe they can tell me the way to Silver Lake," Teddy said to himself. But when he asked them, they said, "We usually travel through our underground burrows, so we don't know the way on top of the ground." As the rabbits hopped away, Teddy heard the woodpecker pecking on the bark of a nearby tree. "Do you know the way to Silver Lake?" Teddy called to the woodpecker. "If you could fly, I'd take you there," the woodpecker replied. "But I don't know the way on the ground." And with that, he flew off, leaving Teddy alone. Teddy sat down on a log to think. He thought about all the tasty things his mother had packed in the picnic basket, and he began to worry that he might miss the picnic altogether. While he was thinking, he heard footsteps. He got up quickly to see who it was, and to his great surprise, saw a real bear coming through the trees. The real bear looked just as surprised to see Teddy. "What are you?" boomed the real bear at Teddy. "I'm a bear," Teddy said nervously. "We were on our way to a picnic, and I fell out of the car. I'm trying to find the way to Silver Lake." The big bear laughed. "If you were a bear, you would know the way to Silver Lake. We bears know every path there is." "I'm a teddy bear. Teddy bears don't live in the forest," he said, and a tear trickled down his cheek. The real bear carefully picked Teddy up and gently wiped away the tear. "Don't worry, young fellow. I'll take care of you. You can call me Big Bear. All of my friends do. I'll take you to Silver Lake, and on the way, I'll teach you some of the things that every bear should know." Big Bear led the way through the forest. "By the way," he asked as he helped Teddy over a fallen tree, "what is a picnic?" "It's when you bring a basket of tasty food to eat outdoors." "Why, there is already so much tasty food in the forest," Big Bear said. But when Teddy looked around, he didn't see any food anywhere. Big Bear led Teddy to a sunny place where low bushes were growing. "Blueberries," he said. "Try some." Teddy ate some berries and found they were delicious. "Would your mother like some for the picnic?" asked Big Bear. "I know she would," said Teddy. So they picked more blueberries and wrapped them in large leaves from a nearby bush. Soon they came to a stream. "Watch me now," Big Bear said. "This is another thing bears do." He went back to the edge of the stream and peered into the water. Suddenly he plunged his paw into the stream and pulled out a fish. "For the picnic," Big Bear said, smiling. As they walked on, Big Bear asked, "What do you like to eat most of all?" "Oh, we all like honey better than anything," Teddy said. At that, Big Bear laughed out loud. "Maybe you're more like a real bear than I thought you were." Big Bear hurried along the forest path, so fast that Teddy had to run to keep up. Finally, they stopped at a grassy bank. Big Bear pointed up at the branches of a tree. "Do you see it?" he asked. Teddy could see nothing but leaves and twigs. Big Bear lifted Teddy in one big paw and set him down on his shoulder. "Now, can you see it?" There it was, a beehive tucked in the fork of two branches. Teddy knew that bees make honey, the favorite food of all bears. "Gather some more leaves while I get the honey." Real bears aren't bothered by bees, but I'm not so sure about you teddy bears. Teddy quickly picked 3 of the biggest leaves he could find. Then he watched as Big Bear reached up, put his long claws into the hive, and pulled out the most wonderful golden honey that Teddy had ever seen. Teddy skipped excitedly alongside his friend as they made their way toward Silver Lake. Big Bear carried all of the delicious things they had collected in the forest. "For your picnic," he said proudly. Soon, Teddy glimpsed a patch of silver through the trees. At last, Silver Lake. There on the shore were Mother and Father talking to a forest ranger. "He's much too small to be alone in the forest," said Mother, looking very worried. At that moment, Mother saw Teddy and Big Bear coming through the trees. She ran over to them and gave Teddy a hug and a kiss. "This is my friend Big Bear," Teddy told them. "He found me when I was lost and brought me here." "Oh, how can we ever repay you?" said Mother as she and Father gratefully shook Big Bear's paw. "We picked berries, and Big Bear caught a fish in his paw, and then he found honey in a beehive," Teddy said. Big Bear shyly held out the packages to Teddy's mother. "For your picnic," he said. "You must join us," said Father. "We have packed enough food for everyone." Big Bear sat down next to Teddy while Mother piled their plates high with all of the tasty things she had packed and all of the tasty things they had gathered in the forest. When he had cleaned his plate, Big Bear politely asked Mother for second helpings of everything, and so did Teddy. And the bears all agreed it was the finest picnic they had ever eaten. This has been brought to you by Twin Sisters Digital Media and Evergreen Podcasts. Be sure to hit subscribe. Parents, for an opportunity to win a $50 gift card, find us on Facebook by searching Twin Sisters Digital Media. Follow our page, then just like and share our latest post. The winners will be announced on Facebook a week later. If your children enjoyed these songs and stories, go to twinsisters.com to find even more ways for them to sing and learn. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter for our free Download of the Day giveaways and promotions on exciting new digital learning content like these and much more. And visit our friends at evergreenpodcasts.com. Thank you for joining us at Storytime Anytime.